So this is the horse that was sent to me. He's green under saddle, and he bites, and he's pretty aggressive. I've done one video of him already. And what I've been working with is trying to get him less biting, less bitey. He bites to get what he wants, to get his way. So what I'm doing is, when he's nice, the work becomes nice. When he's biting and aggressive, the work becomes harder. So I'm going to just lunge him around a little bit, get him listening to me, get his mind on me. He is young. He's broke to ride. But like the whole time you're riding him, he's trying to bite your foot. He's trying to do what he wants. What he needs, just like right there, lunging out, he looks out there, he tries to go out there. He wants to do what he wants to do, and he's not interested in doing what the rider wants to do. This is why the way I lunge works really good, because it gets this work ethic built into the horse about doing what's asked of them, and they do what's asked of them using their body correctly. So now I have his attention a little bit. Still not lunging great. He goes out there and is pulling on me a little bit. Better. See how he's coming straight into my space? He's stepping into my space. I don't want that. That's not acceptable. He comes into my space, he needs to move out. He can come in when I invite him in, but not until he's invited. He's trying to come in and claim my space. If you've watched me working cows, I talk about the horse going in and claiming that cow space. I didn't tell you to stop. I talk about the horse going in and claiming that cow's space to get the cow to move. This horse is trying to do basically the same thing to me, to come in and claim my space to get me to move. Right here in this situation, he's looking to come into me. I talked about before, this horse had too much draw. My hand is my ask. My hand is enough to send him forward. The smooch is the tell, the whip is a demand. He needs to work on ask. This horse is constantly pushing his boundaries to see what he can get away with. We're going to be structured, and we're going to get control of those boundaries. There we go. Good boy. In just a minute, I'll give him the opportunity to come into me. Lower my hand. That is acceptable. And he actually backed off. I'll take that. That is nice. Now I'm not going to invite him into my space, because I've been trying to get him to stop and stay out of my space. This is much better. This is what I need. I'll let him stand here. Let him get the reward of me taking the pressure off of him as his reward. That is what is, the petting on him is not the reward. What a lot of people think of as reward, petting, a lot of things like that, that's not the reward the horse is searching for. The horse is searching for the release of pressure. That's the reward the horse needs. He's thinking about stepping with that right foot. Just as soon as he does, I'm going to send him forward. Even though that one step was very small, that's the structure that this horse needs. He was testing his boundaries to see if he could get that one step. If he could get that one step, it was going to encourage him to get a second step. I'll give him the opportunity to stop. Good boy. I'll let him stand. I'll give him one step. I'm not going to give him a second step. They already had his one step. There's the one step. I'm not going to give him a second step. There's the second step. Change directions. And then I'll give him the opportunity to stop. I'm not going to force him to stop. Stopping's the opportunity to stop. There you go. Good boy. Now he stopped. Let's just give him the opportunity to appreciate me taking the pressure away. That is his reward. See how his attention is everywhere else? He's respected my space enough that he's not coming into it, but he's still not respecting it enough that he's paying attention to what I'm asking him to do. Hey, backed off, I'll take that. This is more what I want of this horse. Good boy. That's a pretty good while to stand and not come into my space. That was pretty nice. Now right there, he's not coming into my space. He's just walking off. He's not coming into my space, but he's not asking me, what would you like me to do? So what I'm going to do at that point, there we go, good boy. So what I'm going to do at that point is I'm going to put a little more pressure on him. He's not asking me, what would you like me to do? So in that situation, it's more pressure. We're going to saddle. Now, if at any point here he gets aggressive towards me, acts like he wants to bite me, I'm going to send him back out again. This horse hasn't had a lot of riding, but he is broke. See him leaning into my space? I'm not going to let this happen very long. I'm not going to let him put his mouth on me. He's wanting to complain about what I'm asking him to do. So what I'm going to do now, next time he complains, I'll make him move his feet. If you think that was bad, moving your feet is worse. Come on. Let's work our way over to the saddle so I have the lunge whip to send him away next time. Basically what I'm doing is I'm giving him two options. He can work or he can stand here and be nice. If I can get him saddled and him be nice, I'm not even going to get on him. Riding is not my goal right now with his horse. My goal is a better attitude. I want to saddle with a better attitude. I want to saddle him with a better attitude. I want him to have a better attitude on the ground, just generally on the ground around me. Trying to rub his face on my saddle. Okay, that's better. That's better. No, I'm not asking you to move. He's a little not sure there. Not going to fuss at him for not being sure. There's a balance that I have to achieve here. I need to send him off and work him enough that he learns to respect my space, but not so much that he gets worried about what I'm asking him to do. See what he does when I set the saddle up there. This has to go away Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. I'm not going to be in any hurry. See him biting on the step. He's taking his frustration out on that step. It's not on me, but it's still not good. It's still not where we need to be. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the saddle back off. No, not on me. Take the saddle back off. And I'm going to ask him to move his feet. I don't want him biting the saddle rack or the step any more than I want him biting me. He's not taking his aggression out on me, but I have to get that aggression to go away. I need a willing horse. He needs to learn there are consequences to his actions, and he needs to be willing to do what's asked of him. Otherwise, he's not going to make it as a riding horse. There we go. Those reactions right there are way bigger than what I'm sending. That needs to get better too. It's like little temper tantrums about being asked to work. I think this horse was pretty spoiled at one time, but I think most every owner has spoiled a horse at some point in their life. Have to learn. Nobody's born knowing how to handle a horse. See, now he's just gone into my space. This is why I turn the wall. There we go. Pulled on me really hard then. I'm going to make him work a little harder. Next time around, I'll change directions again. There's no reason for him to leave the turn that hard. That is just a little temper tantrum, not wanting to be told what to do. Let's change directions again. Good boy. Let's change directions again. Notice when I change directions, I'm giving him a chance to think about what's being asked of him. I'm not forcing him to stop real hard. I'm not forcing him to turn real hard. I'm not forcing any of it. I'm giving him a chance to figure out what's being asked of him. Like that. And then back to a trot. Giving him a chance to figure out what's being asked of him. I just want him to do what he's asked to do. Doesn't have to be hard. The work doesn't have to be hard. It can become hard if he doesn't do what he's asked. Doesn't have to be hard. He just needs to do what he's asked to do. He's the one that controls how hard the work is. There we go. Better turn. That right turn, he's a little more fussy about than the left turn. All horses work better one way than the other. Young horses tend to be broker better one way than the other. His right turns, he's a little less broke. Probably when his groundwork was initially done, less work was done with the handler on his right, would be my guess. That's pretty typical. I like that he's not coming straight into my space. He's thinking about whether he should come in. He's licking. Remember licking? Now this is a big thing to notice. See how he's over here? He's not coming straight at me. That is huge. He's wanting to come to me, but he's not challenging me for my space anymore. That is a big accomplishment. Now let's see what he does when I set the saddle up there. I'm going to keep the rope in my hand because I don't want him turning his butt to me and kicking me. I'm going to watch his mouth. Don't want him to bite me. I don't want to slap his face. I don't want to make him head shy. I just want to teach him to not want to bite. There's several different ways that can be taught. How you teach that is going to depend on the horse. Now he's kind of rubbing on my space. Now he's disrespecting my space. I'm going to go ahead and do what I said earlier. Make it harder, ask more of him. I'm going to go ahead and girth the saddle up. He's not worried about the saddle, otherwise he'd be paying attention to it and not trying to rub. Don't. At this point, while I'm girthing the saddle, I can't send him out. I can't send him out without the saddle attached good enough. That's not going to come off. So I'm kind of in a no man's land here. And we just have to deal with it when we're in that no man's land. Can't send him out like I was doing because the saddle's not tight enough. So I got to keep him here, but I can't let him bite me either. Eventually that's going to go away. There we go. Don't bite. Now, tight enough it's not going to come off. See him step into my space right there? That's big. He made a couple of really positive things and a couple of really negative things. Now I'm going to send him away again. Don't care what direction he goes, he just needs to go. I'm not going to let him buck with the saddle. I get a lot of comments with these young horses about the saddles bouncing on their back. That doesn't mean the saddle doesn't fit. That way, there you go. Go. That doesn't mean the saddle doesn't fit. These young horses have humps in their back. The horse's back is not where it's going to be when the horse is relaxed. He's wanting to complain. That's what the head throwing is. Change directions. This is generally his better direction, changing directions. He slipped there and he didn't fuss about it. A lot of times when they slip like that, they get mad. And notice how he turned. He didn't get mad. Didn't run off. Now he's just walking a circle. I'll take this. You notice I didn't put a bridle on him first this time. A lot of times I do, and many times I do, and I have done it first with him. Because of what I'm working, I wanted to work him a couple of times without the bridle first, so I did not have the bridle as the distraction. Take that distraction away and get him thinking about me. Let's see if we can get a nice turn this way. Change hands with the whip, step to my right. See, He took a step to me, so I went on and swatted the whip harder. I was trying to turn easy, and as long as he would have turned easy, I would have let him turn easy. I'm not going to let him step to me in the turn. That's him trying to claim my space like I talked about. He cannot claim my space to try to get me to move. Let's turn again. See, that turn, he didn't come to me. He didn't claim my space. I do want a little more forward. Let's make it a little more light work. He wants to complain. We're going to make it work. Change directions again. Let's see if he steps to me this time. You see him step to me, and he actually run past me. He was just outside of kicking distance, but not by a lot. That's why I can't let that happen. That's why he cannot come to me in the turn. That will get me kicked. That's why I'm so aggressive with not coming to me in that turn. He's going to get me hurt, or he'll get somebody hurt. Let's turn again. Now, if he comes to me in this next turn, I am going to swat him with the whip. And I'm not going to be easy about it. I'm not going to let him do something that's going to get somebody hurt. If you're going to let your horse behave in a way that's going to get somebody hurt, then you are irresponsible. If you let a horse do something that will get somebody hurt because you don't want to smack him with the whip, you are being irresponsible. Turn again. He come to me a little bit that time, but that was more because he wasn't paying attention. So I wasn't as aggressive on that side, that turn, as I will be on this turn. That was better. See now how I got more aggressive, I took charge, he made a better turn and was not aggressive towards me. Ought to be a big light bulb moment for you there. Let's turn this direction again. I'm going to ask for one more turn this direction. If it's nice, I'm going to quit. If it's not nice, I'm going to keep going. Better. He didn't turn and leave in his tracks like I would like him to, but he wasn't trying to come into my space. That was just a poor quality turn. It wasn't a matter of him trying to claim my space. Give him the opportunity to stop. I see how he comes into my space when he stops. Good boy. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go unclip this lunge line. I'm going to check the saddle first. Make sure it's tight enough it's not going to come off. Do one more hole. That's probably tight enough I could get on. But I'm not going to get on. What I want to do now is just turn him loose and let him wear the saddle for a little bit. I'll keep an eye on him and make sure he doesn't get any trouble. But he needs to be less mad at the saddle. He needs to be less mad about being told what to do. The saddle is part of him now. He needs to be less mad about the saddle. So I'm going to quit on him today. I'll let him wear the saddle for a little bit, and then I'll probably go tie him to the line out there. Until next time, thank you for watching.